guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy.
And before we start, I want to give a huge thank you to Red Hole and Hyundai here in Winter Haven, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have an impressive and expanding dealership. I'll leave a link to their inventory below. And if you're in Florida looking for a new car or truck, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Palisade has been Hyundai's three-row SUV since 2020. That's when the first generation was released. A couple years down the road, this vehicle really took the world by storm, quickly becoming one of the best sellers in the segment, partially because the base model's base price is going to be starting around $33,000, even for 22 starting a tick over $33,000. Here we have the calligraphy trim. It's going to be the top of the line Hyundai Palisade, starting around $47,000, a couple thousand, $1,500 more than what the Limited would cost. The Limited's going to be basically the exact same as the Calligraphy. The Calligraphy is going to have a different front fascia, different ambient lighting in the interior, slightly different headline or two, a couple unique changes here and there. But for the extra $1,500, let's see what we really get. So up front, you notice your full LED headlights with the daytime running strip. Right over here, high and low beam with full LED system labeled around your black headlight housing. Additional little strip in the center. I'm really liking the black housing too, the turn signal on the outside. This gray metallic paint, not quite sure if you could pick it up in the Florida sun, but it is really, really beautiful of a color. That smoke chrome's gonna surround your Hyundai grille. Again, accents are gonna be black and smoke chrome. Very unique look. I'm not the biggest fan of this front grille, but as far as the features and airflow, it is definitely there. You notice your front-facing camera beneath your hollowed-out Hyundai badge, more airflow beneath, and the panel you see in the center is going to house your advanced safety features. The lower front fascia, all going to be smoke chrome. We'll take one more step back. You can really check out the front styling on this Palisade, and you can love it or hate it. The front styling is really not what this SUV is about. It's about the bang for the buck when it comes to the three-row SUV segment. The wheel and tire setup also very impressive. We have our multicolored, flared out all over the place 20-inch rims. Pretty cool design. You really don't see that in the segment very often. Kind of reminds me of the Sonata N-Line that we reviewed in this channel. They're going to be wrapped in Hankook Ventus S1 Noble 2 tires. Dimensions are 245/50 R20. Pretty wide compound. This is only going to be a front-wheel drive SUV, so it's unfortunate we don't get any splash guards. No plastic cladding, which really helps when it comes to the side profile and aggressive premium look. It's just you're not going to be taking this SUV off-roading with front-wheel drive, no splash guards, no plastic cladding. You're really not going to have a lot of protection for this gray metallic paint. Not a big deal though. The side mirrors are really cool. Check out these turn signals, full LEDs. You have one on the side here too. The glass is going to include blind spot monitoring, fills up the frame extremely well. Smoked chrome window trim. It's not going to be shiny reflective chrome. Up top you're going to have some more chrome that's going to be covered in this black plastic. I'm not going to remove the plastic and let the owner take care of all that whenever this vehicle is purchased. Blacked out B-pillar, pretty dark tints for the second row and the hatch. Not the darkest tints. You should still be able to see the sticker, even though my reflection is going to be a lot more apparent. But here we have the 2022 Palisade Calligraphy front-wheel drive. The fuel economy is not going to be bad. Expect 22 combined MPGs, 19 city, 26 highway with this 3.8-liter V6 and 8-speed auto transmission. Some of the best warranties in the business. Advanced safety includes ship-by-wire electric parking brake, forward collision avoidance assist with pedestrian detection, lane keeping assist, driver attention warning with the rear view camera. We have the ultrasonic rear occupant alert, blind spot collision avoidance assist, and safe exit assist. Rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist. Alongside the powertrain, we're also getting drive mode select and auto leveling rear suspension. Great feature considering this vehicle is going to have the towing package. The calligraphy package includes these exclusive 20-inch wheels, exclusive grille, exclusive exterior trims. For some reason, the taillights are written twice. You got taillights, LED headlights, and taillights. I don't know why. Daytime running lights, rear wide dual, sunroof with shade, high beam assist, auto on and off, heated side mirrors, turn indicators, and all that. Again, we're gonna have the trailering package with wiring included, with a transmission cooler, which is nice if you're gonna be pulling some weight with a 3.8-liter V6 and 8-speed transmission. 10.25-inch navigation screen, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, rear seat quiet mode, power folding, unfolding, reclining third row, Napa leather seating surfaces, can be heated and cooled for the front. Really nice features. 12.3 full digital instrument cluster with heads-up display. The sound system is going to be a Harman & Kardon premium audio. It sounds unbelievable with some beautiful aluminum speaker grills. Other than that though, that's about it. Total price is going to be starting around $46,700. The Additions are going to include $200 for the carpet floor mats, cargo net, cargo tray, rear bumper applique, and the tow hitch. That's going to be $475. Total price after a $1,200 destination charge is going to be sitting right under $49,000. Still a pretty good value, and it's under $50,000 after all the features. No smart access in the rear. We do get it for the front, for the driver and the front passenger. Push to open gas tank. It's not easy to fill. You have to twist it open. Not a big deal though. The rear tires and wheel setups can be the exact same. Smaller brake caliper, but that's it. Small little chrome strip that surrounds the rear hatch. It's not going to continue for the bottom portion. The D pillar, I guess, is going to be completely blacked out, leading flushly to your spoiler. The roof rails, you can see, are going to be pretty specific to this Palisade. You can get a good look at your moonroof too, which we'll check out once we step inside. LED taillights, reverse lights can be beneath. You get this faux aluminum trim. It's gonna have some red accents. Not quite sure if you can pick them up. They're gonna be illuminated, lighting up with the taillights. Pretty cool feature. The Palisade nameplate's right underneath your Hyundai badge. Tow hitch is gonna be underneath. I'll put a link right here, show you what this vehicle's rated to tow. Full rear parking sensing too. Up top for the spoiler, you see the calligraphy specific third brake light. Very unique look. Other than that though, we'll take a step back, start this 2022 Palisade up, and hear how this 3.6 liter or 3.8 liter V6 sounds. All right guys, that was of course the sound of the 3.8 liter V6 sold by Hyundai for the 2022 Palisade Calligraphy. And as soon as you figure out this latch, we can pop it up. Thumbs up for the struts. Should be expected with a calligraphy trim, but they're still nice to have. Here you have it though, your 3.8 liter V6 making 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque, made it to this 8-speed auto transmission and front wheel drive. You can expect 0 to 60 to be around 7 seconds. So not the fastest SUV, but more than quick enough, especially considering the segment's really not gonna be that much quicker. And a naturally aspirated 3.8 liter is still appreciated because everybody seems to be going towards the turbocharged route. But we'll shut this thing up, take one more step back. You can get a look at the daytime running strips up front, matched with your headlights. Really nice overall look. We'll take a step over here and check out the interior on this 2022 Palisade Calligraphy. And again, we're gonna have the smart access for the driver and the front passenger. One minus though is this smoked material collects a lot of fingerprints, so keep your cleaning supplies at hand because they're gonna be needed. Up top, everything's gonna be soft touch. Beneath, we're gonna have this beautiful black trim. It's gonna have like a metallic flare to it. It's not gonna be like a carbon fiber, but very unique. The grab handle is gonna have a very satisfying resistance. It's gonna be aluminum, 2-person memory seats, perforated and quilted leather material for the middle portion. Pretty soft armrest, not the softest. Aluminized material is gonna have like a carbon flare to it. Power one touch for the front 2 passengers. 4-way mirrors. Your Harman Kardon speakers with the aluminum speaker grill looks absolutely gorgeous. Massive storage compartment. You should be able to fit a 20-ounce bottle in here with no issues, and maybe a couple footlongs next to it. As we step inside, you get a Palisade nameplate. It's going to be aluminum, full power seats. You get 4-way lumbar control, recline, slide, lift, and drop. And we're also going to get thigh support, so if you're a little bit taller or shorter, and you can adjust the thigh support to your liking as well. The seats though themselves, beautiful seats. You get the quilted perforated leather all throughout. Headrest, very soft, solid bolstering, keeps you in place very well. I'm liking the aluminum little looking stitching on the outside of it. I don't know why I called it aluminum, but again, we'll take a step inside and really check out this interior. And the first thing I notice is gonna be obviously the digital displays. You get the 12.3 inch up front for your heads up. You get a heads up cluster, heads up display up front too. Not sure if you can pick that up. It's not gonna be the largest, not gonna be quite as impressive as like the GM, BMW, or Mazda systems, but it's still always appreciated to have a heads up display. You have the 10.25 inch touchscreen too. The steering wheel, it's not gonna be the thickest, but it's gonna be more than thick enough. 10-2 bolstering, not just perforated leather for the 9 and 3. I am liking it. And we are gonna get these aluminum looking plastic paddle shifters for this 8-speed transmission. Aluminum throughout this little bottom portion. The horn's gonna be a rubberized textured material. The horn itself, pretty aggressive sounding horn. People will definitely be getting out of your way. The turn signal stocks, really satisfying. And as you turn the turn signals, if you notice, you're gonna see everything that's in your blind spot. Also, very cool feature. Also on the steering wheel, we're gonna have our voice commands. You can adjust the volume, skip the songs, call settings, infotainment adjustment, cruise control. You can adjust all your infotainment here too. Adjust the cruise control, accelerate, recelerate, or decelerate. Radar cruise right here too. But as far as the infotainment adjustments, the 12.3-inch cluster is going to include a digitally illuminated analog 160-mile-an-hour speedometer. Gas gauge underneath, not a lot of gas in this SUV, but should be more than enough for this review. Thermometer underneath, gear that we're currently in up top, 6,400 RPM tach with the coolant temperature in the right corner. In the center, we can currently see all of our advanced safety features, and if they're currently working, we're in park, so we're not going to see a whole lot. You can adjust between turn-by-turn navigation. You have your accumulated info, attention level, tire pressure, and drive mode. We have comfort. We also get sport, and that's about it. So I guess we'll start off in comfort, transition to sport. We also get eco and smart, but again, starting off in comfort, transition into sport. That's about it for this display. On the right side, we have our map. Here we slide to the side. The map itself is, whenever it loads up, really nice, pretty good resolution, very solid response, even though it literally just loaded up. Hyundai and Kia have been really killing it with their screens, some of the best in the business. Soft touch material underneath, soft touch of course for the dashboard, and to the side of it, not sure if I can pick it up because of all this glare, but you have a really nice metallic black trim. It's not going to be a flat piano black like the rest of this infotainment area, so it really stands out. Beneath that, we have our start stop button, vents. Beneath the vents, pretty satisfying click for the volume and tune dials. Our shortcuts back here, map, nav, radio, media, seek, track, favorites, and setup. We get dual zone automatic climate control, and you can also control the third zone in the second row here too. It's labeled clean air. Not quite sure where Hyundai is going with that. Maybe they're trying to suggest that everybody else doesn't use clean air. But it's still pretty cool. We get heated and cooled seats. For the purpose of this review, we're going to keep the cooled seats on for the driver and the front passenger. Heated steering wheel too. Drive mode select, auto start stop, which we'll disable for this review. We can also disable the parking sensors if you'd like to, and you can disable the forward view on the camera. Passengers going to have heated and cooled seats too. Heated steering wheel. As far as the rear view camera, you press the reverse button, and here you have it. So pretty good resolution, really good resolution, and we get a 360, a great 360. You can see just about everything that's around your Hyundai Palisade. You can change up the view of the camera, nice trailer hitch camera. Right, we're back where we were, and a blind spot camera too. Really good features, guys. Very impressive. My personal favorite is just to look at the old school rear view camera. We'll leave it there, and we'll put it back into park, and as soon as we do, we go right back to our original screen. Very nice. You push this faux carbon fiber aluminum-ish looking plastic material. You push this right open. 2 cup holders to access them. Push right there, and they fold right away back into place. Wireless charging pad, USB port too. Pretty nice features. The armrest is going to be a very nice leather material. It's not going to be the softest padded, but it's way softer than my Camaro. Still a pretty comfortable place to rest your arm. You open up the storage, you can probably get a couple iPhones in there. Pretty solid storage though in here. You're probably not going to fit a bowling ball. It's a little bit too small for that, but you're easily fitting like 2 or 3 2-liter bottles of soda with no issues whatsoever. You also get a USB port and a 12-volt right next to it. We can put this right back. As soon as you figure it out, it's a little tricky. Cool. So as far as the glove box, it's going to be this aluminum grab handle. You pull it, pull the latch. Massive glove box. You're easily fitting like 30 license plates in there. Here you go for reference. You could probably fit like 30 of these in here. Really impressive amount of space. We can shut this thing up top. Auto dimming rear view mirror, not going to be quite as modern as the new Ioniq 5 that we just reviewed. 3-person, 3-mode garage settings. You can turn on and off your auto dimming, and the moonroof control. So you slide open this this shade, whatever you want to call it, and you see it looks like just a small sunroof. However, back in the rear, we have an additional full moonroof, and this headliner is going to be a really nice suede material. It's not going to be your old school cheap headliner. So huge thumbs up to open up the moonroof. You pull this latch, it opens, or at least the first one opens right up. Not quite sure, but the second one, to open up the second one, just press the second button, and the shade opens up. I don't believe the glass opens up in the rear. I believe the only spot where the glass opens is going to be in the front. I'll press it one more time. Yeah, so in the rear, it's not going to open up, but it still gives you a really nice view outside of your 2022 Hyundai Palisade. We'll close this sunroof. We'll leave the shades open so you can see how much light is brought into the cabin once we hop out back. To the left of the steering wheel, we're gonna have the interior brightness, blind spot we can disable, lane keeping assist disable. You can turn off your traction control, Open up your trunk, electronic parking brake. As far as the wipers, we're gonna have auto rain sensing wipers. Great feature, especially for a calligraphy trim. That's about it for up front though. Let's hop out in the second row, then the third row, check out the trunk, and then take this Palisade out for a drive. All right, guys, hopping into the second row, the 2022 Palisade up top. Still gonna have soft touch materials, even though we get a sunshade. Usually when you have sunshades, the soft touch usually stops up top. Beneath, we still have that beautiful metallic-y looking black trim with the perforated quilted leather underneath. Pretty soft for the armrest. The armrest in this SUV could be softer, but they're still super high quality leather. This aluminum looking trim is going to continue around the window controls. 2 cup holders. This should fit a 16. This should fit a 12 ounce with no issues. Leather stitch trim for your knee will often hit. Very high quality. Hard plastic for the bottom portion. Harman and Kardon speaker with the label. Pretty nice. You could probably get a 12 ounce bottle in there. Probably nothing bigger. Another Palisade nameplate. Quilted seats out rear too. A little bit of bolstering. Usually not expected for rear seats, but we are going to get bolstering back here. To access the third row, you just press either one of those 2 buttons. We'll check that out in 1 second. As far as the rear seat space, I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my comfortable seat settings, and as you see, still have a ton of space. Those cool seats are making a decent amount of noise. Not quite sure if you can hear. Yeah, so the cool seats, that's only in their mid setting too. But still, as far as space, 6 feet tall behind my seat settings, have at least 7-8 inches of space. Mat pocket behind both seats. You have heated and ventilated rear seats. That's a huge thumbs up. Like, guys, I understand this SUV is pushing 50,000 bucks, but the features that you get, you just don't see in this price range. So this vehicle is a pretty decent value. You have USB ports behind both of your front passengers, full 3rd zone climate, 12 volt AC adapter too. Really nice. You might be wondering, where are the vents? You have 3rd zone climate but no vents. They're going to be blowing right in your face, similar to the previous generation Ford Explorers. Definitely a thumbs up for this interior, guys. The view out of the moonroof, it's going to continue all the way to the 3rd row, which we'll check out in 1 second. The interior lighting is going to be full LED. Nice. That's about it though, guys. We'll turn these cool seats off and let's hop out into the 3rd row and really check it out. So to get into the 3rd row, let's press this button on the bottom. It folds down and pushes and slides forward. So you guys might be wondering, how do you lift these 3rd rows from your position right here? The 3rd rows actually lift automatically. You simply press this button and it opens or lifts right up. And we're gonna have seating for 3 back here. I probably wouldn't recommend putting more than 2 people back here. However, in an emergency situation, this vehicle can seat 7 passengers. We'll slide this thing right back to where it was. Wow, pretty impressive knee room. I still have at least like 4 or 5 inches. The rear armrest slide down. We're not gonna have an armrest back here. This seat does not fall in the center, but I'm impressed, guys. The lighting that gets brought into this cabin thanks to that moonroof is really impressive. It's starting to get a little bit cloudy back here, but not too bad. The adjustments, you can see USB port, 2 cup holders. It's gonna be square. You can put your square cups in there. We don't get a 4th zone climate back here. That really would not be expected. However, check this out. We get vents even in the 3rd row of the Palisade Calligraphy. Huge thumbs up, guys. Let's check out the trunk real quick and then take this Calligraphy Palisade out for a drive. Really impressive so far. Ton of space. The luxury and tech are definitely there. Beautiful lake right now in Winter Haven. You press the tailgate release button, take a step back, it opens right up automatically. Pretty low step in height too. For a 3-row SUV, I'm only about like 3-4 inches before my knee would be at the level of the opening. So older, shorter pets shouldn't have much of an issue. With the 3rd row up, you can see not the most space. You do get an additional secret storage. You can put quite a bit of stuff back here, and you have your jack and some tire repair kit too. To fold the rear seats down, you simply press this left button. Oh, that's for the 2nd row. I apologize, guys. For the 3rd row, I should probably read a little better. You can recline them even further. That's nice. You can also just fold the seats down right there, and the headrest falls down automatically. Nice. And the 2nd row, we're gonna have to pull it back to its original settings. The 2nd row doesn't come back automatically, but this should still give you a good idea of the overall space in the 2022 Palisade. You fold those 2nd row seats down, I would expect you to fit anywhere between a 80, maybe even a 90-inch TV back here. Extremely spacious. The power tailgate, you can just press the button up top, take a step back. It gives you a second so you're not gonna get crushed by the tailgate, but as soon as it closes up, we'll take this Palisade out for a drive. All right, guys, now that we've just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy, let's take it out for a drive.
and the first thing I noticed is the transmission controls are going to be buttons, and it's going to take a while to get used to. I remember my mom used to have an Acura MDX with the push buttons, and it took me a while to get used to. I actually never quite did get used to them. She also had a Lincoln, what was her car before the MDX? She had the Lincoln MKX before they changed the name to the Nautilus. She had the MKX, which also had the push buttons, and they've always been just a pain to me. So whenever I'm driving a vehicle with push buttons, it's always a little bit of an adjustment. Another thing I noticed though is the heads-up display. It's nice. It gives us a good sense of our lanes, how we are in our lane. There's like 2 lines. Maybe you could pick it up once I throw in the POV camera, but there's 2 lines in the lane, so it lets you know if you're poking your way out of the lane or not. Stepping out onto this multiple lane highway, we lean into it. Ooh, good torque. 3rd throttle. Ooh. Wow. Torque feels strong. Only at like 4,000 RPM, this vehicle pulls. It almost feels like a turbocharged 6-cylinder with that low-end torque. Actually impressive. But yeah, just cruising along on the highway, going around 50 miles per hour. Very quiet. The windows are dual pane, so kind of to be expected with the Palisade Calligraphy, the top of the line trim. The tuning on the gas pedal feels very sensitive. You just barely lean into it, and you are passing cars with no issues whatsoever. And again, just cruising along around 50. The road noise basically non-existent. Very good visibility both forward and out of the sides. We have a red light coming up right here. Should give us a good opportunity to see how this Palisade can accelerate off the line, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, we're not going to floor it off the line because this is only front-wheel drive. We're in comfort mode. We'll try it out in sport too, see what the differences are. But comfort mode, the light should turn green right here. Ooh, good power. Wow. Ooh, yeah, this thing can move. Yeah, we didn't spin off the line because I only stepped on it about halfway, then leaned into the rest of the throttle. But ooh, this thing can definitely move. And in comfort mode, the steering, it's responsive, but very light, at least on center. There's a little bit of weight that you feel once you actually lean into the steering itself. We have another red light coming up right here. We'll try it out in sport mode and see what the differences are. Then we'll turn around and I'll throw in the POV camera, try to give you guys a first-hand look driving this car. But we'll see how it is in sport mode in 1 second. All right, guys, sport mode, we'll try out these paddles. Yeah, everything becomes a lot more sensitive in sport mode. The steering gets heavier. You certainly feel more through the wheel. Really nice. And the pull, highway pull, good torque, guys. Pretty good torque. We don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. To use the automatic mode, you just press and hold, I believe, and you press and hold for a second, and it throws you right back into regular automatic. And the paddles responded pretty quickly, not the quickest response. I'm sure 99% of people who buy this SUV are likely going to never ever use the paddles, if ever at all. But we'll turn around right here. I'll set up the POV camera and catch back with you guys in 1 second. All right, guys, taking a step over here. This road looks like it may have a couple twisties. We'll see how this car can handle. Ooh, good, nice little turn in. We're in sport mode, so this is going to be the most responsive mode. 2nd gear. Nice. Good torque. I mean, I'm sure nobody that buys this vehicle expects it to handle like a sports car, but around these sharp twisties going faster than we should, it stays pretty composed, guys. Pretty impressive. One more turn coming up right here. Downshift. Little rev match. You don't hear a whole lot. Very quiet motor. Whew. Yeah, sport mode, it gets really sensitive. It feels like you're almost flooring it with just like a 3rd throttle. Sharp one. Body roll is extremely limited. Nice. All right, guys, as far as the turning radius, wow, really impressive turning radius. Check this out. We're going to be able to make a full circle with essentially 0 effort. People around me are probably thinking, what the hell is going on? But the turning radius in the Palisade is pretty good. Throw it back into just regular automatic mode. We don't have to be in sport.
Hope you guys get the point. This vehicle's pretty nimble. Sharp one coming up. Woo! Wow. Pretty tight steering too. You don't have to use a lot of the steering rack to make those really sharp turns. And even in comfort mode, I feel like the low end torque is very impressive. The steering is not quite as confidence inspiring. There was a sheriff there the whole time. I hope he's not mad at my driving. I guess not, since I'm not getting pulled over. But anyway, I guess we're going a little under the speed limit, not much to worry about. We're just revving the crap out of this 3.8 liter V6. Really nice car. Even on this concrete pavement, you don't hear a whole lot of road noise. The wind noise is going to be extremely limited, especially thanks to these dual pane windows. And back out here on the multiple lane highway, it's very easy to get to your highway speeds. Not quite sure if you can pick up the heads up display up front. It's pretty large. You can see it pretty easily, and it changes colors based on whether you're under or over the speed limit. It doesn't beep at you like the previous generation Mazda CX-9, which is nice. That was one of my biggest complaints with that vehicle, and I hope you can pick up how you can see everything that's in your blind spot on your screen as you change lanes. And as far as the steering assist, check this out. We're gonna poke our way out of the turn, and the steering wheel puts us right back into it. Same thing on the other side. Whew. Wow. That's some feature. It guided our entire way through the turn. We got some guy that's going below the speed limit in the left lane. He's not really helping us with his drive. We got to make a left turn. That's the only reason why we're not passing on the right. But other than that, guys, really impressive SUV. One of the best three-row SUVs on the road, especially considering the price. Like, for under 50,000 bucks, truly ridiculous value. The only complaint that I may have is the calligraphy costing around 50,000 bucks, not coming with base all-wheel drive. I would like to see all-wheel drive as a standard feature on the calligraphy trim. Even if they up the price by about 1,000 bucks, yes, that kind of makes them lose an option that they would potentially be charging for. But that would really turn this SUV into a truly killer bargain under 50,000 bucks. Other than that, guys, I would like to give a huge thank you to Red Hoagland Hyundai here in Winter Haven, Florida, for making this review possible. Really beautiful dealership, and they're in the process of construction, so it's only going to get nicer from here. I would definitely recommend anybody looking for a new car or truck, because they sell the Santa Cruz now too in the Florida area. Definitely check these guys out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe if you've already subscribed. Thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. You know the channel is just not possible without you guys. And I really do have a huge appreciation for each and every one of you guys. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks that you would like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching. And I hope all you guys have a great day.